You are the photographer. Don't ever forget that. Good photography comes as a result of a good eye for a picture, not the equipment. However, good equipment helps. Success is the ability to make the creative step from what you see to what will work as a photographic image. The secret in training your eyes to see images that give pleasure when they are taken out of the complex, confusing, stuffing surroundings them and make into a photograph isolated by their frame. The secret is training your eyes to see images that give pleasure when they are taken out of the complex, confusing, stuffing surroundings them and made into a photograph isolated by their frame. To accomplish this, you have to spend a great deal of time looking through the viewfinder of your camera. No other way. The monitors won't help you in this. For one thing, you can't make a good photograph holding the camera out at the end of your arms. If you use the monitor, you are looking at a second image which is far too cluttered to show you the real image. Use the viewfinder at all times. I repeat, use the viewfinder at all times. And look through a viewfinder even if you do not intend to take a picture. Here is a space for you to read this again and think on it hard. Concentrate hard on what you see in the frame, how the shapes and the colors work together there. This is a little long, but I think it would be helpful for you as tips. You can type them out, write them down, or whatever. If you do not have a camera with you, make a viewfinder with your hands, like an artist do, and look through it. Study what you see in the frame of the scene or subject you are looking at. You make a viewfinder like this, and you look, and then you shut it down and open it up. And that works the same way. It gives you an idea. This creative process is the heart of photography. The successful image depends on and your ability to really see what is there for you to make a photograph. Now go back to these tutorials many times to remind yourself of the basic rules of good photography. And I do have tutorials on there for photography alone or photography and art together. If you go back to my other photography tutorials, you'll see a big help there for you to begin with. Now for the artists, for drawing, you have to draw to make your drawing look like the subject. So you have to know what the subject is, how it is shaped, and what tells you what shape, or what it looks like, what it tells you. For example, if you have a friend coming down the road, you would know him a mile away from his walk, maybe the shape, his form, and you would know who it was, what he wore or what they wear, and you would recognize him. It's the same way when you're painting or sketching a subject out in nature. And I do not advocate painting from photographs because there's too much distortion in photos to make a good painting. And unless you know what the distortions are and can lead them out, then don't paint from photographs. If you depend on a photograph to paint from, you will never become an artist because you're not really expressing what you see or what you feel or your emotions or anything. You're just copying. I see a lot of artists doing it, and they say it's okay. Well, maybe it is for them. They get stuck in a rut and they're painting one thing only, you know. Now here I have some trees, and each one of these trees will tell you what it is. So I'm going to turn this around and let you see it and look at it. I hope you can see it all. And I'm shaking and I'm sorry. There's 6 trees there that I drew, okay? Looked at them and I drew them. Now, I'm going to read you out the names. The first one is a black oak. The second one is a southern red oak. The third one is a live oak. It looks like live or lion oak. The fourth one is a post oak. The fifth one is a horse chestnut. And the sixth one is a rhododendron. So there you go. Here you have it. And I hope you can see that good there. That is for the drawing for the artist to draw. And excuse me if I made some blunders in my little speech here because I got a sore throat. It's nasty. Anyway, that's a little tutorial for you on art and photography. Now, a lot of people will want to learn to paint, but they won't follow any rules. A lot of people want to learn to do good photography, but they wouldn't follow any rules. Millions of people drive cars, and they have to follow rules, or they wouldn't be driving. They wouldn't get their license. Well, with art, no matter which form, if you don't follow the rules, then you don't become a professional. There are rules in everything. And though there comes a time in your life when you do enough photography or enough painting and drawing that you wouldn't have to follow the rules. You will be able to express yourself, and that becomes your rule. And anyone who would look at your photography or your art or your paintings or your drawings will know you did it. They wouldn't need to have your name on it to know who did it, whose work it was. They would know exactly whose work it is from how it looks and what it tells them. That's the secret of being a successful artist, of being a master, of being the best. And another thing with art, there's no end to learning. If you live to be 1,000 years, you will still be learning at the end of 1,000 years. So enjoy yourself, learn the basics, master them, ask questions of yourself, push yourself, and stay away most of all from any help of any kind that will lead you in the wrong way.